Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm on my way home. It's a little after 8. And I did 11 to 8 today. And tomorrow I'm doing a 3 to midnight, so go figure. But like I said before, fortunately, today and tomorrow are my last 2 days doing carts for a while. Today was and tomorrow is. Let's put it that way. So I'll be back to cashiering basically. Basically, they got me going as a smoke shop cashier. They got me going as a smoke shop cashier. Basically, meaning that's what I'm gonna basically start at the cigarette register, and if I'm closing, end my day there or whatever. So basically, that's gonna be my primary position for the next 2 weeks. And by being my primary position for the next 2 weeks, it also means I got to make sure all the cigarettes and everything are pretty much taken care of. In other words, they're in order and all that. So, looking forward to that. But I wanted to get something a little off my chest with this topics on my mind. I guess you could say podcast number 2. To me, it's kind of, funny, if you will. I talked about this, why I'm a fan, why other people are fans, and all that. But here's the thing. To me, it's like, why don't people out there understand why we're fans? I just don't get that. I just don't see why these people don't understand why people like myself, some people on, several people in groups on DeviantArt and Yahoo and all that, with the groups, if you will. Why they can't understand that we're fans, because we're intrigued by the meltings and the shapeshiftings. To me, I just don't get why they don't understand. I mean, sometimes people come on YouTube if you're talking about it, on DeviantArt or wherever, and for some odd reason, maybe they're bored, maybe they want to cyberbully, maybe they're a teenager, who knows? And they're just bored. They see this, they see people like me and other people my age, if not older or younger, that are fans of this, that are intrigued by this. By these kind of things, like I say, the meltings, the fusions, the mergings, the shapeshiftings, the transformations. And, to them, it's almost like, bleh. That's sickening. Like, bleh, you're a sick freak. Like, bleh, you need help, and blah, blah. It's like they don't get it. And hopefully someday they do. I mean, I've come out and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. As far as the melting goes, I became a fan of that, believe it or not, with the Popeye cartoon from 1956, I believe, Parlez-vous Woos. I mean, who would have known that at the end of that episode, or at the end of that cartoon, olive oil was going to melt into butter, with just her face on the flowing puddle of butter. I mean, who would have known that? Nobody. Who would have known that the earliest indication of what was known as the melting gag, or lustful melt gag, or whatever, was a Porky Pig cartoon from 1944 called Swooner Crooner? Who would have known that? Nobody. Not unless it intrigued you. Not unless you became a fan of it and because you got intrigued by it. The same thing with the shape-shifting and the transformations and the fusions and the mergings. They all basically come together. They all kind of play off each other. And to me, that's what makes it intriguing. It seems that even if even if you're a fan of a certain thing, of a certain of one of the things I've mentioned individually, you later find out that for some odd reason they all play off each other. They all play off each other in certain ways, which again makes it intriguing. It makes people fans of it because they're interested on how these play off each other. And again, that's what makes me wonder why some people just don't understand. I just don't get it. So, let me know what you guys think about that on this topic. Another topic I want to talk about quickly is it's basically, hold on for a sec. Hold on for a second. Okay, sorry about that. Usually when I'm crossing the street, I want to concentrate crossing. Of course, if I see people ahead of me, I don't want them to think I'm talking about them. But anyway, one thing I want to talk about quickly is, to me, a lot of people want to know, well, not a lot of people, but I'm pretty sure after watching Zara Nizarak's response video to my questions finally, as well as me doing a video on it, I'm sure some people are questioning and wondering, what does Zara Nizarak or even myself mean by shovelware when it comes to Blu-rays and 80s cartoons and 90s cartoons, or shows that basically were only shown in standard definition and nothing else? Well, basically what shovelware means, for those that want to know, it basically means that how do I put it this way? It basically means shovelware. It basically means taking a whole lot of things that are separated individually on different, are separated individually in separate groups, or in this case, separate DVDs, and basically shoveling them all together into one area. It's kind of like with the ET cartridge situation. They could have individually given the ET cartridges their own area, but instead they shoveled them all together with all these other games. Again, like I said, they shoveled them together, all together, all these other games in one area. And that's basically what shovelware is. And basically what that means, shovelware, is, taken and out, is based, when it comes to, Blu-ray and 80s cartoons and 90s cartoons, is just basically taking, let's say, a 15-disc set and shoveling all episodes on 2 or 3 Blu-rays. It's like taking a 26-episode series and shoveling it on one Blu-ray, with special features and all. That's basically what shovelware is. It's like taking a 65-episode series, putting it on one Blu-ray. There you go. So, that is basically what shovelware means. And hopefully that answered some questions for you people out there that are probably wondering what Zara Nizarak or myself meant by that. So, that's all I'm going to say for this second edition, short 10-minute, a little over 10-minute edition of the topics on my mind podcasts for YouTube and SoundCloud and hopefully Blog Talk Radio down the line. And that's about it, and I'll talk to you all later. Comment below.